Bread. Ladies in bread. Ladies in bread. Ladies in bread. Discuss the latest news, just fans giving their views. This channel is they see the bar and raise it, plus they rep for the ladies. Trust it's female voices in football. If you want to talk up, it's a channel for me and you. Subscribe and tune into the Ladies in Red.
Hi guys, welcome back to Ladies in Red. I hope you are all doing well. I'm smiling. We've got the 3 points, we've got 3 goals, and I'm going to obviously talk about the game between United and Nottingham Forest. But firstly, as I've mentioned, 3 points, you've got to be happy with that. I'm certainly happy with it. Rashford scoring yet again, buzzing for him. Martial getting on the score sheet, which is always lovely. And then Fred at the end of it. But there's one player in particular that I've got to talk about. I've done a tweet about him just as well. But Casemiro, or Clasamiro as I like to call him, what a player we have got on our hands. He is an absolute tank in that middle. He's superb. He bossed the game today. An assist at the end as well. But Casemiro for me was just absolutely phenomenal. Like, he's proven his worth. A lot of people questioned his signing, questioned that he wasn't a Ten Hag signing, questioned the age, questioned that he wasn't first choice, if you like, in terms of the signings for that midfield. But Casemiro, outstanding again. I'm just going to quickly get through what you guys are saying in the chat as well. Hello to Diego. Yeah, please do hit the like, guys. I'd appreciate that. Hello to Curlers. United is so sloppy in the second half. It's spoiled what was a sleek first half. And then it says, lol, that was not counting the 5 minutes of added time. Star-Lord Casemiro is levels. I totally agree. He is superb. Absolutely quality. I've not got enough positive words I can say about Casemiro. I just love him so much. That's all I can say. He's just one of them players that you just can't help but like him. Or love him, should I say. Even to I Love the Villa, I had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas as well and spent time with loved ones, ate junk, just had a good time creating memories with those who are closest to you. Steve, good win. First half was good. Ivan said Bissaka was great as well. Shows how much sooner Snow says Lawbreaker. Hello to Nippon. Hello. Sonic B robbed the hell out of Real Madrid. Yeah, with Varane. Casemiro, it's looking that way, isn't it? And if United get consistent results, top 4 is on. It is definitely on. We're now, 1 point behind Spurs with a game in hand as well. So that's absolutely quality. And that's what we need to be aiming for. But we do need that consistency. I agree with that. Even Sophie, just as beautiful as 3 points tonight. Thank you, Akivin. That's very kind of you. And Najib says Casemiro is fabulous. A lot of love for Casemiro in the chat, and rightly so as well. GT says Garnacho. Viva Garnacho. We've got to talk about the chant, haven't we? It's like Ronaldo's chant has now been upgraded to Viva Garnacho, and it fits it perfectly. I thought it was quite nice hearing that around, and I'm sure Garnacho would have liked that as well. Rashford was the best player, said Steve. Lovely to see him smiling again. Curtis said that was not as good as a win as folk think. First 45 was quality, second was 4 for me. I bet your dad had a great Christmas with all the singing and the dramatic win. Yes, obviously he's buzzing with that, but I'm kind of not, because trust them to get a last-minute winner just before playing us. That's just typical what happens whenever we seem to face Wolves. They have an upturn, but hopefully we can still get the 3 points against them. And Casemiro has been a great signing. He's a true leader on and off the pitch, 100%. And top 4 between Newcastle, Spurs, United, Liverpool and Chelsea certainly won't get it. Arsenal and City will. And it was so good to see Martial scoring as well. It was, I agree with you there, Lawbreaker. It's nice to see Martial getting on the score sheet as well. I'm more looking forward to watching United next season and see what they can achieve. And I know that you meant singing. Don't worry. But yeah, obviously a lot of love for Casemiro. Rashford's another one. Rashford looks so sharp at the moment. He looks at it. The finish as well, he made it look easy, but that's a hard finish and you got the right context on it. And we scored from a corner, from a set piece, by the way. I have to say that as well, because it feels like from set pieces we aren't as effective as we probably should be. So to see us score from another corner, that was lovely as well. And Rashford getting on the end of it. Casemiro is surreal, so underrated, says all of the Villa. And hello to Shivan as well. He says, hello, so great win for the boys and a satisfying performance. And yeah, and obviously we have to give a special shout out. I mean, you can only beat what's in front of you. Forest weren't the best, so of course we can't get too carried away with the performance. But we were totally dominant throughout. Big up to Luke Shaw, obviously filling in at centre-back as well tonight, and I thought he looked solid. Varane, I mean, what more can we say about Rafa Varane? He's the only player who's played in a World Cup final to come back and play for the club at the moment. Just shows his attitude, shows his desire, and he is a winner. He is a born winner, and I thought Varane was solid as well. And like I said, they weren't tested too much at the back, you'd say, Luke Shaw and Varane, but both of them I thought did well. Malacia I thought played well. Wan-Bissaka as well. There's not anybody who I'd actually say was poor tonight. I thought the subs when they came on and were effective as well, bar Elanga, who didn't really have a lot of time, but Yeah, I think Anthony had a quiet game. I think that's the only one I would say. Anthony had a bit of a quiet game, a bit of a frustrating one, but it's his first proper game back, so I'm not going to get too rattled by that. I saw a few people putting tweets out there. I'm not going to judge him on that. I still think he was a threat. But I do think when Garnacho came on again, he proved what he can do when he just stops the defender and then just skips past them. He's an exciting player, definitely. I just hope that we can pen him down. Even though that Forest goal was chalked off the defence not jumping was criminal, yeah, I thought the same as well. And I thought, if that goal went in, it could have been a totally different second half, but it didn't. And that's it. I think for me, like we could have scored 5-6 tonight. And the fact we haven't, I'm a bit disappointed in that sense. I'm glad we got the third, because if it was just 2-0, I think I would have been even more a bit gutted about the fact we didn't score goals. Obviously, a win is a win, and we're happy with that. But we need to also look at our goal difference in this competition for top four. And it isn't the best. It was 0 today. So just get that extra third goal was nice. But I do feel like we need to be a bit more clinical. We could have got more at the end. Obviously, I feel like we're kind of walking it in a little bit, doing a little showboating, which is always nice to see. But ultimately, we want to see us putting that ball in the back of the net. And that's my only criticism I'd have, I think, after today, or after this game tonight, is that we need to be more clinical. And obviously, it's no secret we need a striker now, especially now Ronaldo's gone. But I think that could come back to bite us if we don't, because we create the chances, but we're just not finishing them as consistently as I'd like us to. So that would be my only down point, is that actually we could have scored more tonight, and we need to be a bit more clinical. We should have scored 5 or 6. We were a bit sloppy, but it's a nice win, a nice dominant win, and one that we totally deserved. I think Forest with Henderson in goal, that game is a different story in terms of the complexity or even the result. I think it would have made a difference, definitely. Hennessy didn't have his best game, but at the same time, I do think that we were just at it tonight. We were at it, and I think we more than worthy of that win. Forest, I'm not going to judge them too harshly as well, because they obviously had certain players who were missing, and you have to say that. But I do think that we can only beat what's in front of us, and we did that dramatically in style. It was one of them where I'm entertained by watching United. I wanted it to carry on. For a long time now, we've been pulling our hair out watching United games, being bored, stiffless, passing sideways and backwards. It's not like that. We're playing entertaining football, trying these little flicks and tricks, and when it comes off, it looks absolutely beautiful, doesn't it? So, yeah, I'm feeling really, really positive. Obviously, going into this Wolves game now, we should be going in with confidence. But at the same time, they're going to be coming into it with confidence as well. We already know whenever we play against Wolves, it seems a bit of a bogey team, unfortunately. It's one of them teams that always seems to turn up against us. They haven't been at it of late, but they have just got a last-minute winner. So they'll be on a high as well. New manager in there as well. So we need to definitely have our wits about us. We cannot. I mean, it's not just Wolves; it's any team, isn't it, in the Premier League? Like, we cannot go into it with the mindset, oh, we're going to bypass them, or we're going to get an easy win. It's never going to be an easy win. No game is an easy game, and we definitely need to be performing. And that first half tonight, I felt was one of our best halves we have played. I thought we were all over them, kept the ball really well. Nice little phases of play, nice little 1-2s, moving it quickly, creating chances, scoring from a set piece. First half we were quality. Second half we just need to continue that a little bit more. Ten Hag doesn't like to smile though. He must be scratching his head as to why Gakpo is a Liverpool player. Obviously, I've got to talk about Gakpo. I'm not too gutted. Like, I know a lot of United fans are obviously gutted because they were under all intentions that we were getting him. They were under the impression that the deal was pretty much done. They wanted to be done straight away before January, ideally, or early into January. So we were all expecting it to happen. I think it just shows, and I've said it a million times on here, I know when I tweeted it yesterday, but you cannot believe anything until that player is in that shirt, because United, it sells stories. If you put United's name in there, people are going to read it, people are going to be interested in it, it's going to get views and whatnot. So I just feel like we kind of used in that sense. It's no secret he was one of Ten Hag's favourite, number one target, should I say. But I'm not too disheartened as long as there's a plan, and as long as we do get, because I don't think Gakpo ideally was the centre forward that we need right now. He's a great player, and obviously he's young, getting 37 million. I think Liverpool have agreed for him, so it's a good price for his age. But I'm not too gutted if we are focusing on solely what we need to do, what positions we need to strengthen, as long as we strengthen them positions. That's what I will say about it. If we turn around and sign Bellingham, I'll forget about Gakpo and I'll be well happy. Do you know what I mean? But I'm not saying we are signing Bellingham, by the way. Don't take that as source. But my point is, we need to look at a striker and we need to look at a fullback. Gakpo is neither of them things. Do you know what I mean? It'd be nice to get him, but we need to focus on what this club actually need and what this team needs right now. But looking at our bench tonight, you're glancing in, there's a real drop in quality, and we definitely need to fill this squad out 100%. But I think right now in the process and where we are, I think I've just said the word process. Can't believe I'm using that word now. But I get it. We need to focus on the players that really are going to strengthen this team right now. Now, I said for months we were not buying the January window. We was looking to. I remember you saying this, Curlers. Actually, we was looking to be part of fully sold. These owners won't spend a penny right now. There are rumours that we are going to delve into the loan market, so we're not going to sign anyone in January, but we are going to look more of a loan deal. Joe Felix, I've heard a lot of rumours that he could leave on loan in January. I could see that happening. I know Arsenal, the other team that apparently are in the mix. I could see if we are in for a loan deal. And I wouldn't be against it, to be fair. I would not be against a trial with Joe Felix because he's a player that excites me in terms of his ability and what he can do. His physicality in the Premier League and stuff like that. How fast is he going to take to the league? I don't think it's a bit of a risk, especially when we need like a goal scorer. So I think alone, I wouldn't be too against that, to be honest with you. And that would make sense if we are being sold. If it is true and we are going to be sold, then I think a loan would make a bit more sense, wouldn't it? Glazers out, says Gaz, and obviously fair play to everyone who was at the protest tonight as well. I was so mad when Liverpool swooped in for Gakpo. I wouldn't say I was mad, I was gutted a bit. I think it's easy to be angry straight away and be like, oh, the owners obviously we were slow again and whatnot. And I get that, of course, but like I say, I'm not going to dive into that negativity too fast, as long as there's a plan. I mean, ideally, we don't sign Gakpo, but then the club ends up being sold. How would people feel about that? Do you know what I mean? So I'm just hoping there's a long-term plan there and we haven't just been bypassed by Liverpool in that deal and then we don't end up with anything. That's what I'm hoping for. United only 3 points behind City. Would be frustrating to finish above Liverpool and City still not in the league. Probably happen. Arsenal too far ahead. Arsenal are still looking strong, and after yesterday, they're still looking strong. And thank you, Red Devil. So looking great as always. Good win tonight. Casemiro was awesome again. Casemiro, I absolutely love the guy. I mean, I know I keep praising him, but I can't praise him enough. I don't think absolute quality. But obviously, Wolves up next, and like I say, it's going to be no easy test. It'd be interesting to see what kind of lineup we put out. Hello to Doug. Hope you're doing well, Doug. And Merry Christmas to Francis as well. Great 3 points. Marcus Rashford had a great game, and so did Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw quality, filling at the centre back. Rashford looks like a new player. Big smile on his face. He's confident to run at players now. He's scoring goals, all types of goals as well, which is what I like to see. Obviously, he's showing his more direct running, which is great. He scored a header not too long back, and that finished today as well. Scoring different types of goals, and it's nice, but we can't put all that pressure on Marcus Rashford. We need to obviously distribute the goals, which is nice to see Martial scoring today, and hopefully we can get some attacking reinforcements as well. That would be nice. Good to be Gakpo, but if this dead club was dead serious, then they'd quickly look for a backup plan. Read my earlier comment as well, so if I'll get to it in a second. Aikavin. I was still wanting the Glazers out, even if it meant getting Ten Hag sacked by the new owners. We all want the Glazers out. We all. Can Cunha play this New Year's Day? I'm guessing technically yes, unless there's obviously permits and stuff like that. I'm not 100% sure on that situation. But I'm guessing yes. But obviously, Lopetegui will want to work with him first, I'm sure, rather than just put him straight in. But who knows? They do need a goal scorer. I can't find enough good things to say about Casemiro. I could fill the whole book, I think. He's just so good. I choked with cold, unfortunately. Hope you're well. Sorry to hear that, Doug, and I hope you feel better soon. Make sure you're resting up. And I'm doing good, thank you. I'm enjoying my Christmas break at the minute, and I hope all you guys are as well. Maguire is finished then. Can see him going in the January window. It'd be interesting to see what happens with that. Obviously, the rumours are he was ill and he wasn't fully fit. And that's why Luke Shaw played there. And Luke Shaw did a good job there. I think we have to give him credit. I think time will tell with the Maguire one. It's hard to say. Like his comments from Ten Hag say that he obviously rates him. But with Martinez not being there, all of us fully expect that Maguire would be one of the first centre-backs on the team sheet. We didn't even expect Varane tonight, and Varane came straight back in. So I'm hoping it is down to illness and not down to that. But like I say, time will tell on that one. Casemiro... Casemiro, what a player. If you'd like to get at least 3 players in January, that would be good. It would be good, but we're not getting 3 players in January. I can't see that. And United play Wolves on New Year's Eve. Yeah, a 12:30 kickoff, Doug, an early kickoff. It's going to be a big game. That, I mean, if we beat them, it's a big win. And I know it seems stupid me saying that against Wolves in the form that they've been in, but they got a new manager. They just got on the back of a last-minute winner as well, which we know that can do for confidence. They're always kind of our bogey team anyway. They're always at it against us. And it's my dad's team, so I hate having that kind of, if we lose, and I'll just have to avoid him. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I want to be the one rubbing it in his face this time. So hopefully we can get a few goals against them and keep up this performance as well, especially the first half today. Too many stories for Harry as to him not playing. Yes, I get that. And I think a fresh start would really help him. Also, Cunha won't be. Sorry, if it was New Year's Day, it would be about New Year's Eve. I'll get you, Doug. Who will buy Maguire? He's done for, in my opinion. Can't even get to the first team too. I'm sure someone would buy him. I'm sure they would. Hate playing Wolves as GT. Me too. Wolves are definitely a bogey team for us. They're always at it against us. Ten Hag making Wan-Bissaka look like prime Cafu. What is Ten Hag cooking? Look, I'm not going to get too carried away. It's a great win for us tonight against a Forest team who were obviously a bit lacklustre, a bit weak in places. But we can only beat what's in front of us. And yeah, like I said earlier, Wan-Bissaka played well. Malacia gives the ball away a few times, but I still think he had a pretty solid game. Luke Shaw, centre-back quality. Varane, absolute quality. De Gea didn't have much to do. Casemiro is just a cut above the rest. He's just absolutely outstanding. Eriksen, I thought it's kind of a quiet game for him tonight, but he just keeps pulling those strings in the midfield. Bruno, I thought was quality. The little Rabona at the end, I love that. It would have been nice if we'd have finished at the end of that move as well. Rashford, like I say, is flying at the moment. Martial getting a goal as well, which is nice. Anthony was the only one I'd probably have a bit of a negative comment for. I think he was a bit sloppy, wasn't quite at it, but it is his first game back, so of course I'm not going to get on his back about that. And Garnacho, when he came on as well, I thought he, again, proving his worth. But guys, yeah, I've had an absolutely wonderful Christmas. It's been great. It's been a blast, and I hope you all have as well. I've literally been eating lots of nice food, watching lots of Harry Potter and Christmas films as you do and stuff like that, and seeing loads of family. And I hope you guys have managed to do the same as well and having a good rest. But it is nice to have Premier League football back, isn't it? I'm loving the fact that football has just been constantly on. The only thing that I'm sick of already is all the transfer rumours when it comes to United, because you just know what happens. Like I say, our name gets mentioned and everybody is listening. It's so frustrating. Yeah, Wan-Bissaka did play well. Wan-Bissaka's been injured, so the kid needs games to be judged. He's had a solid past 2 games. Yes, exactly. I agree with that. But I do think Delo kind of this season has steamrolled Wan-Bissaka for that position. I think there's no disputing that. But yeah, I thought Wan-Bissaka today, when it was asked of him, I think he had a good game. That was a great assist from Casemiro for Fred. Yeah, that Brazilian link up, love it. But the fact that he won the ball back as well, and the same for that second goal, the way that he like swoops in for that tackle, like he was getting that ball regardless, and I love that about Casemiro. Anthony and Wan-Bissaka were a little out of sync today. It's to be expected though, isn't it? They haven't played much on that right side together. And anyone noticed that Malacia was playing CDM at times? Yeah, he was tucking in quite a lot, Shivan, wasn't he? He was definitely tucking in quite a lot. I noticed that too. Christmas was good. I watched Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2 is probably my favourite Christmas film, to be honest with you. I've just seen Francis Aspect there. I love Home Alone 2 because I've always wanted to go to New York, and I think that's why I always loved Home Alone 2. I love The Grinch with Jim Carrey, and I also love Elf. There's so many Christmas films that I'm a fan of. As a kid, I always used to watch Jingle All the Way as well. I don't know if any of you guys have watched that, but it's a bit of a stupid film, but it's just, one of those nostalgic films that you remember as a kid. I had it on video, and I remember watching it every Christmas, so I watched that as well this Christmas. It's going to be interesting if United can keep up this momentum 100%. And Aikavin said, so why don't you go to the game since it's in Wolverhampton? I quite often do. I'll see if there's any tickets about, to be fair. I'm not a member at the minute, obviously. It's part of my Glazers Out process, so I didn't get a membership. So it's kind of hard to come by getting tickets, especially away from home. But if I can get a ticket, I'll go there. I do normally go to the Molyneux, to be fair, when we are playing. I'm normally in the away end, obviously. And my dad quite often in the home end. So yeah, if I can get a ticket, I'll definitely go. But yeah, it's quite hard. Away tickets are hard for United. And United have scored 5 goals via substitute in the Premier League this season. No team has more. That's nice, considering that we don't have that much quality on our bench, you'd say. That's a nice record to have, isn't it? It's going to be interesting to see if United can keep up this momentum 100%. That's what it's about. Whichever team is most consistent between now and the end of the season gets top 4. It's as simple as that, isn't it? We need to go on a run of games, and we need to keep up these consistent performances. We can't be dipping from one half to the next, because you just know against the better team you're going to get punished. So we need to be at it for 90 minutes, and we need to be keeping the ball well like we did tonight and be dominant. More like a manscaped weasel. Oh, I got Ivan Grazer. Yeah, okay, yeah, he does. My earlier comment as well about Manchester Rain. Yeah, tipping down. I'm sure a lot of players wishing they were still in Qatar when they came to the Manchester weather today. It was absolutely pelting down. I saw when Rashford slid on his knees for his goal in the corner, and all the fans were there in the ponchos, and I thought, oh, that looks a bit miserable. I'm not going to lie. But obviously, when you're watching United, it's all good. You don't really mind about the weather, do you? We're used to it in England. And I genuinely didn't realise how good Casemiro is. I think he's one of the players who's been underrated, really, for his whole career. because he just quietly goes about his business. You don't hear much of him, do you? He's one of those who wins the ball and gives it, wins the ball and gives it, but he's so effective. And then yet again tonight, he proved that, didn't he? He proved his worth. And I know I keep bigging him up, but what a player, and rightly given man of the match at the end as well. I thought Rashford was a contender, but Rashford kind of dipped off, I think, in that second half. And obviously, he moved centrally and it didn't quite work out. Casemiro was just, throughout, was just emphatic and absolutely quality. It's hard to get tickets, and I am from the Republic of Ireland, so I guess it's even harder for you guys to be sorting travel and stuff like that as well. But it is hard. If I can get a ticket, of course, I will 100% go, and I'll obviously give you guys some content outside the ground and stuff like that as well. And the Manchester Sun, you gotta love it. You gotta love it when you get it, curlers. You gotta love it when you get it. But guys, I just wanted to do a quick recap. I'm feeling positive after that performance, but we can't get too ahead of ourselves. Like I say, whichever team is more consistent between now and the end of the season is going to get that top four. Be nice for us to get a trophy as well, wouldn't it? But yeah, that should definitely be our aim for this season. And it's good welcome back to the league from United after the World Cup. We didn't quite know what would happen, what we'd expect. Obviously, we played Burnley, but league action is just a different kettle of fish. And we were at it today, which is great. Who knows? I know City got Leeds tomorrow, so I'm definitely going to be watching that. Let's see what happens in that one. I'm going to be back with another show this week as well. Just keep an eye on my tweets and stuff as well, and I'll let you know when I'm live. Obviously, talking about United, and I'll be wishing all you guys a happy new year then. So until then, enjoy the rest of your Christmas break. Enjoy your snacks and whatever you are doing. I know I'm definitely going to be doing that, and I'll catch up with you all on the next stream. Have a lovely rest of your evening. If you are new to Ladies in Red, please do hit that sub button, hit a like on the video, and if I've missed your comments, obviously I'll try and get through as many as I can, but if I have, just put a comment underneath the video and I'll always reply to you guys there as well. But look after yourselves, stay positive, and I will see you all soon. Cheers.